What is job situation during COVID? Welcome to Weekly Sawal with Bani Abroad. If you are new to this channel, then I make content on studying and settling abroad, which will give you an edge. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button right now. So let's get to the questions right away. Addressing the first question, which is by Geet Patel. Do you think a 9-month MIM degree at UBC is enough to get a sufficient PGWP and then a PR? So, the answer to this is that if you do not have any work experience back in India, then it's not at all sufficient because your pathway would be the Canadian experience class, and for that you have to have 1 year of experience to get eligible. Of course, if you have experience back in India, then straight away after your masters you can apply for PR. That's a different case, but just to be safe, that would be a very tight window if you do not have any work experience back in your home country. I think UBC's B School or the School of Business should look into this and make the program duration suitable for international students. I am wondering what's stopping them. And if you get the job right away, you can watch the video, is it possible to get PR after 1 year of masters? If you get your job right away and your work permit arrives 3 months later, then you have that neck to neck time of getting that 1 year Canadian experience. But what if does not? So that's a risky situation. If you want to settle in Vancouver, then only consider UBC's MIM program because that is more commonly known in the West Coast. But overall in Canada, you can look at other B schools which are even better than UBC. I hope that answers your question and just gives you a few additional points as well to take into consideration. Coming to the next question, which is from Sushma. Videos on top 10 to 20 MIM courses and information like requirements, fees, course space thesis in Canada. This is an interesting suggestion, so I will definitely make a video on that. I already have all the research and the knowledge. I just have to sit and record the video, so it will be coming out soon. And 10 to 20, I doubt there are 20 universities which are offering master in management, but for sure I'll make a video on the top 5 or top 10 MIM programs across Canada, and that will be coming soon. If not in December, then definitely in January. Also, if any one of you watching this video wants to get into the top B schools or universities across the globe, then I have my own consulting service called Collegiado, and you can avail my service and I can help make your dream come true. The link is in the description box, you can check that out. I'm making pulao for lunch, so just went to see if it's cooked. Now back here, you wouldn't have known, but just telling you what I'm having for lunch. The next question is from Rabia. Is it easy to make friends in university, and what's the ratio of international to Canadian in classroom? Okay, that's a good question. So regarding the first part, is it easy to make friends? I think that depends on your personality and how much effort you put in, but it's not like that no one would talk to you, so nothing like that. And coming to the second part, which was the ratio. So personally for me, I graduated from the Schulich School of Business in the MIM program. There was diversity in the classroom, and the other thing is that since Canada is an immigrant country, so the Canadians, they are also in one way international people, right? Because someone came to Canada in their 10th grade or 5th grade and they all are from different countries, so you will find a lot of diversity if you are going to a university. In colleges, I have heard that there is not that much of diversity, but in universities that would not be the case, and you can make friends from all across the globe. I just happened to look outside my window and guess what? It's snowing. It's snowing finally. It's December 20th, 19th. Wait. Okay, it's December 19th or December 20th, and it hasn't snowed that frequently as it should have, and it's finally snowing. And it's fine for me because I have my work as work from home till the COVID period ends. So I don't need to go out and brave the cold. I can just enjoy the snow from the window, and it's looking beautiful as you can see. Okay, so let's get on to the next question. Question is from Aminder Jeet. I have a very low undergrad score, and how can I get into a top B school? I would want to know what that low means, what's the magnitude. So if it's slightly below the percentage cutoff, then I would say that if you have something really extraordinary in your life, some great achievement or a struggle that you have been through, but still you persisted, then if those components are reflected correctly in your SOP or your application, then you can still have a chance of getting in. But it again depends what that low means in this sentence. So you can connect with me on Instagram, or you can book one of the slots through collegearrow.com and I can guide you there. And the next question is from the same person. Is it mandatory to have a management based job before applying for MBA in Canada? Not at all. It's not at all mandatory. Most people pursue MBA because they want to have a switch in their career, or if they want promotion. Suppose if you were into tech, you were a coder, still you can pursue MBA and that's fine. A lot of people do that. It's not that you would be the single one out there and all the others would have either a business degree or a business background. That's not the case. So feel free to apply for your MBA program. I don't have a concrete answer to the next question, which is by Himanshu. If we take admissions for fall 2021, what are the chances of offline classes? I hope that you do have offline classes, but I can't guarantee you. But of course, there's a positive ray and the vaccine would be accessible to a lot of people by then. So I'm hoping that September 2021 would be online, and I think that there is a pretty high would be offline, sorry. And I think there's a pretty high chance of having in-person classes. So just stay optimistic. That's the only option we have right now. The next question is regarding jobs. It's from Rajati Bakshi. Please tell us, what is job situation during COVID? Interesting. If it was asked a few weeks ago, I would not have known. But now, since I've gotten a job and that was during COVID, so I can say that it's definitely possible. But that, of course, does not discount the amount of hard work and smart work that you have to put in to get that job. And that's not just applicable during COVID, it's applicable here in general, because it's not that you will have on-campus placements here. You have to find a job on your own in most of the cases, and I was in the similar situation. So I applied, I networked with people, and now finally I have a job. A video will be coming out on that soon, how to land a job in Canada or abroad. So stay tuned for that. And just to add, I graduated in September and I got a job in November. So it was decent, right? That because here the average time is around 3 to 4 months. So that you have to be mentally prepared, and you just can't be like that, oh, I'm not getting a job just 1 week after graduation and am I doing something wrong? That's not the case, because the average timeline here is longer and you have to have patience. So if you're coming to Canada and you have to search a job on your own, then patience is your virtue. But don't have a lot of patience and see, okay, I'll get the job. Put in that hard work, but along with that, have the patience as well, and then you will definitely get a job. The next question is from Arpit. 3-year degree in India. Is a master's possible in Canada without WorkX? So for masters, only a few universities would accept that, and those few universities which would accept that, only a few would accept without 1 year of work experience. Most of the universities which do accept that have this condition that you should have 1 year of work experience. That's why your question. But it would also depend on your background, which masters that you have to pursue, which university are you targeting. So I would recommend you to go into the target universities that you have, and then go to the program website, and then under the admission requirements, see if you are eligible or not. And if the website does not provide any clarity, then you can always email the admission officer and they'll get back to you. But of course, those people who do not have 16 years of complete education, they only have access to just a few universities. The next question is regarding my job. Harshpreet is asking, what kind of jobs are you looking for? I'm glad that I can finally say that I already have a job, so I'm no longer hunting, and I will be making a video on that soon, so stay tuned. The next question is related to visa. It's from Iman Cyrus. How many days will it take to receive a passport submission request after biometrics? Normally, it's really quick. When you have taken your biometrics, then it's just 2 days to 1 week. But in times of COVID, I'm not aware of what is the process. I think it should should be quick as compared to the appointment letter that you are getting for biometrics, because everything is done now. You just need to submit your passport. All the best for your visa. So these were all the questions. If you have any questions from your end, then you can simply ask those in the YouTube comments, or you can follow me on Instagram, and there I have these occasional weekly Sawal polls wherein I will ask you your questions and then I'll make a video answering those questions. So you can be my friends on Instagram. The handle is Bunny Abroad. And if you found this video to be useful, then I'm pretty sure that this video and this video would be also extremely helpful. Also, if you found this information to be helpful, then please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more valuable content, and don't forget to hit that bell icon. Until my next video, take care and stay happy. Bye.